In today's video, we're going to be talking about church and whether it's important for you in your life and in your walk with Christ. So let's get into it. I know church is a very polarizing topic when it comes to the Christian community, when it comes to the world at large. What I've realized from what I've seen since I've been a Christian and from also being in the world is that there's always two main opinions about church. Either the first one, which is the most prevalent one amongst lukewarm Christians and amongst people in the world, is that church is a very judgmental place filled with self-righteous people that judge you on everything you do, everything you say, and even how you dress. And maybe that's 5% of the church world, 5 to 10% of the church world, but that's not always true. And then we get the second opinion, which is church is a good community where you can build great relationship and fellowship with the people of God who are all united in the same cause and knowing that Jesus is the Son of God and that He died for our sins. Now, that's the most beautiful, that's the main part of church, right? Is, we all being united under one faith. So today I want to break that down and why it's important for you. Oh yeah, guys, before you carry on with this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Really helps me out and really helps spread the gospel far and wide onto the YouTube algorithm. So yeah, subscribe to this channel. Okay, so I just want to do 3 quick fire reasons why you need church. Well, the first reason why you need church is a great community where we all united, as I said earlier, under the belief that Jesus Christ is the Son of God and that He rose from the grave for our sins. He died for our sins, guys. So we need that community. And yes, online church is not enough. You need that face-to-face interaction with the preacher, with people in the flesh, so that you can see what God is doing in their lives and what He can do for you in their lives as well. So that's the first reason why you need church. The second reason why you need church is that God speaks through you, through His people. Now, if you're not in a church and you're not in a place where God can use His people to speak to you, then you're limiting God's power. You're limiting what God can do to you. Certainly, my experiences when I've been through a church, often that God has often confirmed the word that's been in my heart through somebody else, and it's somebody that I wouldn't expect. It would be through some old lady or through some old guy in the church, and I'm not even friends with this guy, but because God is using this man as a vessel or this woman as a vessel, I'm getting a word that's been in my heart being confirmed through this man. So God speaks through His people, and His people are normally in a church. And the third reason why you need a church is that a church will hold you accountable. Now, what I realized when I was a Christian but I wasn't in church is that I wasn't being held to a standard. I wasn't being held accountable because I would sin and then I would be like, yeah, I did this because of this and that. But no, when you're in a church and you're in a community, they will hold you up into a standard, and that standard is good because that's the standard Christ wants. Christ doesn't want us living in continual sin and living for the world but also living for the church. No, if you're in a proper church, they will hold you to a standard saying that, hey bro, you messed up, now let's fix this and let's help you improve. And that's what a community of Christ will do for you. So if you can find a church that can do that for you, I'm telling you bro, your relationship with God will grow so much stronger and so much better. And your relationship with people as well, you disciple more people. Because people will see that you aren't willy-nilly with sin. You are very strict when it comes to sin, and that's because you're held accountable to the people. That's because you're held accountable to the people at church, and also the people at church are holding you accountable, so if that makes sense. So yeah, guys, to conclude this video, those are the 3 reasons why church is important in your life. And yes, you're not always going to be blessed enough to find the church in your first goal, but listen, if you pray about it and you ask God for His discernment and His guidance, you'll find the perfect church in no time. And yes, not all churches are going to have the correct doctrine, not all churches are going to have the people you want in it, but guys, don't jump from church to church to church to church just because of minor disagreements or just because you don't like the way this pastor preaches. You need church. It's very important in your walk with Christ, as it is listed in those 3 reasons. And again, guys, pray over this thing, because it does require a lot of praying, a lot of fasting, because church is where you meet long life friends. Church is where some people meet their wives, and some churches where people generally bring their families into there. So yeah guys, hope this video really helped. And what I'm planning to do as well is I want to do a video where I ask people in my church what church has done for them and how it's really changed their lives. So be look out for that video. But yeah, today was a slightly short video as always, but I just wanted to list those 3 reasons why church is important in your life. And again guys, don't fall for these myths and all these lies that people in the world tell you about church. If you haven't experienced that yet, then go and experience church. Remember, church is about Jesus. It's not necessarily about what people think. Church is about Jesus. Church is about fellowship with people. I mean, Jesus did say that he will build his church on this rock, and the gates of hell will not prevail. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed this video, check out this one right here.